When people used to think of AI, they used to think of these robots going rogue and taking over, kind of like in the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. Remember that one? Okay, but see, the thing is, now that AI is a lot more prominent, the fear isn't just about them taking over. The fear has shifted because whereas that was kind of like more of a sci-fi reality, now it's more of an actual reality. With the increasing significance of artificial intelligence, the concern about it surpassing human intelligence is actually a lot more palpable than it used to be. Now we're actually worried about losing our jobs. We're worried about privacy breaches, and we are worried about the lack of adequate regulation surrounding AI. And while all these fears are valid, believe me, when it first came out, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna not have a job for the rest of my life. The truth is AI is here to stay. Look, check out this video I just saw today of this architectural AI generated living space, and it just looks so real. And it reminds me very much of the internet. When the internet first came out, there was so much fear and apprehension around it. And now we can't imagine our lives without the internet. And while in everything, it could have its drawbacks, it also has a lot of benefits. And so today I'm going to be sharing how I leverage AI not only as a creative, but in my day-to-day. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to We're Gonna Need More Coffee, your destination for both life and creative inspiration, because here we brew creativity. I'm your girl Danny, longtime creator and beginner digital artist, here to share both my life and creative journey here on this platform. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and turn your notification buttons on so you don't miss a single update. Now let's get straight into today's video. AI functions a little bit like an assistant, and I use it as such. AI is my personal assistant. It is capable of thinking, learning, analyzing data, and help us make smarter decisions. And not only help us make these smart decisions, but fast. And the speed of which, I'm telling you, is unparalleled, and it's getting faster day by day. And rather than to sit there hours on end trying to figure out how to come up with the perfect email, one of the ways I do use AI is I use it to craft emails. Now, as a creative, self-employed, small business owner, I am often communicating with clients, sending out proposals to potential clients. And so a lot of times I'm trying to craft like the perfect word to say, how to be relatable, at the same time using words and that they'll be looking for. And so I find that if I, for the most part, with the right prompt, plug it into AI, I kind of already tell it what I want to say, and then ask it to generate something even better, it can do that, and it does it like that. It really does help make my communication more effective and professional. Now, mind you, AI is where it's kind of like you have to plug things in, and then it kind of gives you the information, and it's for you to see, because it is kind of robotic. So sometimes you'll plug something in and it's like, it has no tone. And so you have to perfect it. But in essence, it still really gives you the keys. And again, it comes down to prompting. Second way in which I use AI is by structuring my packages. Very much like a virtual secretary, AI is really good at streamlining information. And so when I'm sending out packages to a client, let's say if I'm sending out a client a illustration package detailing my price, my terms, how everything functions, rather than to have to type that all out myself, I would plug that into AI and then have it regurgitate a document, which I would place then in a PDF and send that over to the client. It helps keep the packages very organized and very efficient. And at some point you might be thinking, well, if you're plugging in the information into the AI device and having it regurgitated, then why don't I just type it out? Is it really all that fast? Well, even better than that, what I use is automation. So I actually speak and it types what I say, and then it regurgitates it. So I actually am not doing any of that labor. So things that could have taken me an hour or two by having to think it out, type it out, now can literally take me 15 minutes. Who could be mad at that? Now, the third way I use AI is to streamline ideas. Now, as a creative, if I'm trying to build a content schedule or come up with content ideas, sometimes it's kind of because I'm a team of one, it's hard to sometimes ping pong ideas off of myself, I guess, because maybe I think all my ideas are just genius. And that's not to say I don't have friends or people I could speak to kind of ping pong ideas off of, but they're not always accessible and available. And one of the things that you could do with AI is you can kind of tell it to mimic something. So you could be like, act as a marketing associate, or act as a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Like, you can kind of tell it what mindset to have or in what position to be in to give you information off of. And so whereas maybe I could bounce an idea off of a friend who has maybe no idea about content creation, if I tell the AI device to be like a top agency content creator state of mind, it can kind of regurgitate information from that place, if that makes sense, if I'm making sense. So the fourth way I use AI is to help me understand other brands. Help me understand anything, really. Again, because sometimes AI does have inaccuracies, that is something to be very mindful of. I do, take things with a grain of salt, but it usually offers a really good starting point for my research. So when I say understanding other brands, like let's just say I'm looking at doing a brand analysis. I want to compare what my competitors are doing versus what I'm doing. I would use AI to help me understand maybe like what that brand analysis is, and then I could do a cross comparison. When I say I use it to understand anything, really, from something as simple as a translation to a, hey, I actually have never heard of this before, what is it? Or even like a person. The other day I saw somebody like title being a full stack developer entrepreneur. What is that? I didn't know. And so what did I do? I asked AI to tell me, and then it did. And now I know what it is. And number 5 is almost kind of like number 4 in terms of like research, but I do use it to clarify complex like information. So the other day I received an email from Sephora that they were updating their terms and conditions. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, maybe you're not really reading these terms and conditions, but now with AI, I kind of plug them in and I get it to give me a summary, like a simplified breakdown. And so at least I have a better understanding. The way I see it is better than not reading the terms and conditions at all. And so rather than reading, because they do that on purpose. They don't want you to read the 3,000 word fine print terms and conditions that, maybe say that they are entitled to your first child, unbeknownst to you if you buy a particular product. Okay, I'm exaggerating. They are kind of counting on you not reading that, and a lot of us don't, because it's just so much information. And sometimes you're reading it and you don't even understand it. But with AI, I found kind of like a workaround of like trying to understand that stuff. And it's not just terms and conditions. That's just one way in which I use it as well, but it could be anything. And so now my closing thoughts. See, the thing is, AI, I get it. It can be very intimidating, but it is a tool that is really meant to help you. It's meant to simplify our lives and make things easier and enhance our creativity. So don't be afraid to explore the possibilities and see how it can work for you. But of course, the question is, what are you afraid of? What about AI actually maybe freaks you out? Share it in the comments below. You see this space right here? This space right here? It's about fostering creativity, nurturing personal growth, and building a community. Where are my people at? Where are my people at? I'm waiting for you. Join me here. This space is for you. It's about demonstrating that it is never too late to pursue your dreams, no matter how old you are, no matter how far you think you've gone, no matter how many times you've restarted. It's okay. We must persevere. We're still chasing these dreams. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching today. I really hope you found this video insightful. And as usual, life be lifing. And that is why we're gonna need more coffee.